research done by scientist Albert Marine. He says 55% you are visually communicating. 38% is a tone in what you say. It is only 7% actually what we say. That's it. A lot of the people, are afraid of communication, okay? And they think that when they're in a group of people, if they don't talk or open their mouth, nobody will know anything about them. Trust me, the minute people start seeing you, you are visually communicating through your appearance. So if you do not want to communicate, you have to sit in a room which is totally dark where nobody can see you. And 38% when they say it is a tone in what you're saying. Trust me, you can even get away with any abusive language if it's said in a very soft tone. They wouldn't even care. But the minute I changed my tone and I said, shut up and get going, it is a tone in what we are saying. A lot of times people have never understood that what has gone wrong. Arey, why did she get angry with me? What did I say? It is the tone in what you say that alters the meaning of what you meant to say. Are you all with me? Now, if I give you a choice between this dish or this, what would be your take? This is so unanimously. Why? Can you all try the first dish for me? It is really awesome. But it is really awesome. Can you just take at least 1 spoon for me? These are the conversations we have. When we were growing up, our mothers used to tell us, "Arey, okkasar tini chude, ek baar khake to dekh. Just try it for me." And today we as young mothers are saying the same thing at home. So what are we doing? If the dish is not visually well presented, we refuse to even touch it, right? So we are eating the food with our eyes before we can even put it into our mouth. So tell me, people, if you don't give basic things like food a chance, why should anyone give us a chance if we are not visually well presented? Are you all with me? Any questions so far? Great. See, the basic nature of human memory is photographic. We tend to remember visuals faster than theory. When we walk into a room full of strangers, who's the first person that we go talk to? Sorry? No. You might admire them. The first person who you would go talk to in a room full of strangers is someone who has dressed like you. You connect to people through their attire. If people have dressed way ahead of you, you're intimidated and you think that these people are not on my level. And if they've dressed below you, according to where we come from, you think that again, you don't connect. You connect to people through the attire. Are you all with me? When we walk into a supermarket, for example, and we take a young child with us, what is the first thing the toddler will pick off the rack? Anything that's visually packed well. Yes, colorful, which is attractive. Now tell me, who teaches children to get attracted to the most attractive things? No. Yes, we are designed in nature to get attracted to the most attractive things. See, what we're trying to say is this is the power of visual communication. Visual communication means appearance, and an appearance consists of 3 most important elements: grooming, clothing, and body language. But remember, all these 3 elements need to come together very harmoniously if you want to create an impact visually. Now our appearance. See, appearance management has always been quite controversial, but let's get down to it. The way you look affects the way we think. The way we think affects the way we feel. and the way we feel is the way we are going to be responding to others. And the way we behave towards others is obviously the way they are going to respond back to us. Are you all with me? The way you dress affects the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you behave. Now, on an important day, what is your choice of outfit that you like to wear? On an important day for you, it can be like, say, if you're, that pelli chupulu when you had to dress, or you had to impress somebody, or you're giving a, powerful presentation. What are the kind of clothing that you would wear? Yeah, you would probably be wearing those garments that work for you, work or fit you well, because it does wonders to your confidence. Yes or no? Forget about your clothing. If you get a small pimple on your face and you have an important day, how would you feel? You just cringe, and whenever you're talking to the person, you think that person is talking to your pimple and not you. Right? Forget about clothing or your pimple. Even your hair, whether it's men or women, if your hair is supposed to sit in a particular direction and it's going in another direction, how do you feel? You're not able to give full attention to the other person who's talking. You are constantly, somewhere you're just trying to do this, you're trying to do this, and you're fidgeting with yourself. So you're not, somewhere it's taking away a bit of your confidence. You're focusing on yourself rather than on what you're supposed to be doing, right? So this is the impact of your appearance. The way you look affects the way you think, the way you feel, the way you behave towards others. It's all a cycle. Are you all with me? A lot of my clients, have told me, Chaitanya, this thing that you talk about clothing, all this is only for people who don't have brains. They have to rely on their looks to succeed in their life. So I try telling them, okay, on an important day, just try, wearing something that doesn't work for you, and you would see how much you're able to focus yourself on work, So it's a cycle that we are talking about. Any questions so far? Great. Another word for your appearance is called image. Image is you in the eyes and minds of others through your actions, attitudes, and your appearance. Your image is going to be your visual resume, your walking, talking resume. However qualified and talented we might be, what we are saying is it's very important to look the part, because when people see you, they are never going to know what your qualification is all about. They will only judge you based on how you appear to them. Your image is your visual resume. Your image can work for you, or your image can work against you. Your image is most important in situations when people don't know you, when you need the opinion of others to achieve your goals, or when you need a competitive advantage than your competitors. Manage your image, or be sure to be managed by others. Maybe this is something you want to just reflect on. Even the ringtone sends out an image about you. Now, do you want the stranger to know what your emotional quotient is all about? Maybe this is something you want to think on these lines. If you actually see the days we are upset, or you're very emotional, or you're in the mood of a love, you set your ringtone like that. My question is, do you want the strangers to know what your emotional quotient is all about? We're just trying to make you reflect on these small things, because trust me, I can listen to anybody's ringtone and I'll know what their personality is all about. So every day when you wear your garments, either you're conveying some amount of message. Either you're saying, I'm smart, I'm successful, I'm brilliant, I'm creative, I'm elegant, or you're simply saying, I do not care. But when people look at you, you are communicating some message. So all that we are saying is, what is a message that you want to convey? So what is that you'll want to convey through your image? So what is that you'll want to convey through your image? Maybe this is something you want to reflect. We have a whole lot of elements out there in front of us. Either we are saying we are very authoritative when people look at us, or either we are saying we are very accessible, credible, capable, functional, and a whole lot of elements out there for you. My point is, we might have the elements in us. We might be very helpful. We might be very approachable. But when people look at you, do you reflect those elements is what my question is. And how do you reflect those elements? Through your appearance and through your dressing. You need to be dressed the way you want to be addressed. Now there are 4 important A's to manage your image. The foremost thing is appropriate. When we say appropriate, what do we understand? Can anybody tell me? Absolutely. When we say appropriate, you need to understand first who is your audience and then wear your clothing. Otherwise, you can be perceived in any positive way. So, as a trainer, when I do a lot of workshops, I first understand who is my audience. Do you think I'll be dressed like this if I have to do a workshop with homemakers? No, it will not work for them because the attire I'm wearing, I told you people connect to you through the attire, right? So if I dressed like this and I did a workshop for homemakers, they'll think all this that Chaitanya is talking about is for some corporates. It doesn't imply to us, you know. And similarly, when I do workshops for children, I will be dressed more friendly so that they can relate to me. I'll be in my jeans and my t-shirts and my flip-flops because that's how children connect to you. So you need to dress according to who the audience are. If I'm doing corporate workshops, then and I know who the audience is, all men, then I go in my business formals. So I dress according to who my audience is. Authentic. When I say authentic, we need to be wearing our clothes to reflect what our values are. You cannot, I mean, a lot of them wear clothes just to fit into a particular group or part of the society, but trust me, when you wear clothes that do not reflect you, your body language gives away because you start looking very awkward. See, you can wear anything, but the minute that you're doing this, or you know, you're pulling it, you're adjusting, you know that body language gives away. So image cannot happen if you're seen uncomfortable in those garments. And attractive, in image we call attractive anything that's neat, simple and clean lines is what we call as attractive. So is it workable for all, these 3 elements? So Shobha can take 10 minutes? Okay. Okay, I'm just going to give away what professional dressing is. Nobody ever understood what are formals, what are casuals, business casuals and things like that. So the highest level of dressing is power dressing, which is a matched suit. Now in a matched suit, what is there? Can you tell me why do the CEOs of the company, yeah, it's all coming there. Okay, the highest level of dressing is a matched suit. Psychologically tailored clothes are perceived as strong and stable, communicating formality, authority and capability. That is why the people in the highest level wear a matched suit, because the suit has all straight lines, and a straight line conveys that I am strong, I am stable, and you know, I am rigid. They're all meant, they're communicating like, you know, I say, you do. Those are the kind of orders, and that's what they would like to be seen as, and that is why they wear the matched suit. So the next level is buy a jacket. It's more friendlier. So I am wearing a jacket. I don't want to be in authority level to wear a matched kind of a suit. So this is more friendlier, more approachable, but at the same time there is authority, but on a slightly lower level. Softly tailored. The third level is just defined by a collar. And the last are the untailored garments. See, untailored clothing when we wear, what are they communicating? They are communicating more relaxed look, informality, they are more approachable, gentleness and fun. So that is the difference between untailored and the tailored look. Maybe this is something you want to know for business formals. A match suit for daily work is defined by a collar. Friday dressing, more the bunions and to come down on authority. There's no authority on Friday workplace. So, okay, I want to show you all the Indian style scale. This is what the Indian wear for match suit is. You often see Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, you know, in a matched, in these blazers. Is to communicate formality and authority. That is why they wear the blazer. And if you see, all her clothing is on straight lines. We're talking about straight lines. See, success is always structured. So whether it's the necklines, your saris are all in straight lines. That is, a straight line communicates formality, authority. So at that position, in any leadership roles and all, you want the authority factor. So that is why you wear structured garments or structured straight lines. This is another way it comes down, more friendlier way of dressing, but it is defined by a collar. But again, it's acceptable at workplace. A lot of them wear these kind of clothing. What happens when you wear things like this? It is very distracting. Whenever you have skin showing, trust me, that is the #1 focus where the attention goes. See, it's a choice. You can wear it, but remember that you will not be seen as a professional, and it's very distracting. Your clothing will become a distraction. Even this is what is worn at work. It's a very casual appearance, relaxed look, feels very friendly, and it's an untailored look. So another way for salwar kameez, this is the modification. You can wear this. See, the stole replaces the dupatta or any tussar structured fabric. We would advise you to wear it as a dupatta, because what happens with the dupatta? Why are we wearing a dupatta? To cover our chest, yes? So the minute you're wearing that, you're all the time, it keeps slipping off, right? So you're doing this and you're doing this, and all the time it's a distraction. And trust me, attention span is very less for all of us. So the minute you're doing something with your hands like this, it's taking away attention. Even a Nehru jacket is considered formals for work. See, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi would wear, you know, straight lines to look more structured. What happens if I just gave her a bunion or, you know, a jeans or something like that? What happens to her personality? She is very delicate. So the minute she doesn't wear structured, she will look even more petite, and, you know, there's no authority in her body language at all. So you need to bring in the authority to garments. See, we're using clothing as a resource to present ourselves and to communicate those messages which is not there otherwise designed by nature. Are you all with me? Okay, we are really... Okay, the worst image breakers, I just want to show you, it's totally an off. Chip nail polish, too much makeup, body odor, untidy hair, stained teeth, cracked heels. This is the incorrect footwear for work. This looks very party going. Wedges are also not considered formal. These are considered formals. The peep toes is totally acceptable at work. Earrings, these are not acceptable. See what happens even at work. I mean, they definitely look very pretty, but the minute you're wearing something like this, if I wore this and I'm talking as a speaker, what happens? This moves along with me. And you know, we are very articulate when we are talking. So the attention gets divided between what I'm saying and the earring. You know, so the whole element is, do you want your attention to be divided or not, is what we're just trying to say. structured bags is what we recommend for work. And last but not the least, 1 minute. I'm not able to do the dress change because we're really hard on time, but the men keep watching. See, we come down on authority with the jacket and this, and the minute the messages are changing, even if I just have to wear a shrug like this. Men, keep watching. See, I can even do a training session like this, and what is considered wrong? Nothing. But the minute what I'm trying to say, skin will always take the #1 focus. And I don't want the attention to be anywhere except I need to be heard for every element that I'm talking about. So I choose to wear everything in place so that the attention is not taken away, is all that we're trying to say. Even when you go for a wedding, people are talking, you know, to your jewelry, to your bindi, to your hairstyle, to your clothing, and your eyes are wandering all up and down, up and down. That is because we are the source of distraction, and as we say, less is always more. So it's up to us to understand where we want the attention on. So eitherly keep it close to your face in work environment or anywhere else. And even your nail paint can take away the attention. And these are the elements if we choose to and how we want to present ourselves. Thank you.